Tunes and a talk. Talk the talk, walk the walk. Real issues, real topics, real talk, real music. Tunes and a talk. Yes, I. Welcome to Soul's Liberation. Tunes and a talk. Are you ready? Coming in irate. Yeah. Soul's Liberation, tunes and a talk. Talk the talk, walk the walk. Real issues, real topics, real talk, real music. That's why we have to use it. Tune in, rock and come in. Live and direct in every aspect. So many times for your mind, we uplift humankind. So always remember this. Love is a baseline. Yes. Are you ready for this? Yeah. What's up, people? What's up, Wagwan? What you saying? How you doing? Welcome to another session. But before I start this, I want to say much respect. You know, the weekend gone was Le Mans 2018. And for those of you who don't know what Le Mans is, well, I'm a motorsport fan and that's my favorite type of race. I enjoy, you know, I like endurance races, DTM and Le Mans. And, you know, it's where manufacturers of cars, you know, whether road production, put in GT style and LMP1, LMP2 prototype vehicles, you know, that kind of thing come together. Different categories race on one track for a full 24 hours. And that happens every June, every year. So the 16th to the 17th, you know, was the race weekend. And yes, Toyota, big up, big up, big up. After all the hustle and bustle and struggle, I was vying for Toyota this year. And yes, Toyota came in a 1-2 win in the LMP1 category. So finally, Toyota, much deserved win. And Porsche was killing it in the GT and AM classes. Took both wins in both classes, and they didn't enter LMP1 this year. So big up to all the participants. Big up to the Rebellion team in LMP1 class. They were highly competitive also with Toyota. You know, but much respect to all the drivers. All the drivers who experience accidents and all of that. That's just how it is. And big up to the whole Le Mans entity. Yes, I enjoy that. 2018, Toyota, much respect. Now, back to the usual tunes and the talk business. All right, today I just feel like I want to talk about, you know, experience I've had over the years and views in regards to classism. Yes, so I'm talking from a birthplace of Jamaica to all the places I've been over the globe. And really spend time amongst people, you know, from the three main class of life. You know, you hear people talk about lower class, middle class, and upper class. Well, I'm going to touch on that. But there's also another class, you know, so that's why I say 3+1 tier of classism, you know. Yes, to me, there are 4 classes in this society. So that's what I'm going to touch on. But I'm going to debate and lament on the 3 main classes, so to speak, on my views, and I can see similarity within the classes and so forth. And like I say, people, these are not hard facts. These are just me, myself, and I views coming from the experiences I've had, because maybe my work and just who I am in general allowed me to venture in all these classes. And when I say classes, I'm talking from the roughest, or what they call the lower class or ghetto life, because I've lived amongst that, to the middle class, to the super rich also, you know. Yes, and there are a lot of similarities within some of these groups. You'll be surprised. You'd never know, you know. Experience, the best teacher in life. No university or college or school can teach you. Experience give you the best teachings in life. So I'm going to play the first track from Galliano, and it's one called Just Reach. So enjoy the music and enjoy the chit chat in between. Tunes and a talk.
If I had the chance to make one decision, I would try to fly through the isms and schisms, reaching for the right vibe, things ain't gonna right. Reaching for the right vibe, things ain't gonna right. Reaching for the right vibe, things ain't gonna right. We can't go
Galliano with a thing called Just Reach. Yes. So I'm just talking about classism today, and everybody always talk about lower class, middle class, and upper class. Now, what's the definition of class? Now, I'm just asking some questions. I'm not giving no answers really. I'm just asking questions. So what is the definition of class, and why people deem these three classes lower class, middle class and upper class, you know? So what reasons give that they're categorized in this way? You know, I'm just asking. So feel free as usual. I know some of you mainly always give me a ring or text or something for the conversation. People rarely use you know, the Facebook, but that's fine. Whichever way you want to communicate and give me some answers on that after you view the session. Yeah, I'm always open for that. So give me your definition as to, you know, what's class and why you think people refer to, you know, the class as lower class, middle class, upper class. And like I said, for me, there's a fourth class, you know. I'm going to touch on that later. But I'm just speaking from years, and I mean years of experience living amongst different people. And, you know, what I refer to, as they would say, lower class. It's very interesting because I look at the sense of community within these classes and the way of life. And I've come to realize certain things, and this is, like I said, just my view, you know. I might pee off a bit of people today, but that's just how it is. You know, some might agree. A bit people, you know, entitled to disagree too, you know. But I'm going to say this. A lot of the problems I find in regards to the society, to the world, they are all stemmed and pushed by people from the middle class. And that's my observation, what I come to realize. Now, like I said, this is not hard facts. This is just my general view from experience. And when I say experience, I mean not from a hearsay point of view, but from actually being around these set of people within these classes. You know, whether they range from just a regular general civil worker to the politician, to, you know, the actor, the singer, whoever they may be, whatever walk of life, you know. I listen to how people speak, operate, and all of that. And on a general note, let's just say on a general note, this is how I see it. The middle class of people tend to be the ones who kind of instigate certain things and allow certain cycle of stuff to happen. For example, I feel, or from what I've seen, it's like they aspire to be up in the league of the super, you know, where I say the super rich or the upper class, and create that barrier quickly to suppress the lower class. And I think they are the ones who mainly go out and like vote and all of that and that kind of thing. And you find that happen a lot within the middle class. And this level of fear that exists within the middle class. That's what I realize. And like I'm saying, not everyone within these classes, you know, but on a general scale. Keep that in mind. And I don't have to repeat myself in regards to this. So follow on. So that's just my view. A lot of the, you know, the issues today. And I'm not talking, when I say class, I'm not talking no race, you know, because the class covers all different race, religion, creed, background, everything, you name it. So all different kind of people mix up in each classes. So it's you know, it's nothing to do with race or religion or political view or anything. It's just a class of people. Keep that in mind again. So from my views and being around people, I will say I feel that the middle class of set of people are the ones who kind of instigate a lot of the issues that goes on today. And you find out they're quick to talk about liberalism and all of that kind of stuff, which sometimes you find out spawn into a level of confusion from their perspective, whether they realize or not. And this whole thing of not just even the whole liberalism, but I find out there's a high level of hypocrisy that dwells amongst people of a middle class tier. And not only that, I also find a less sense of community within the middle class. Because surprisingly, from my experience and what I've seen amongst these level of people, these classism, the lower class and the upper class set of people have a sense of community far that supersedes the middle class. And I'm just saying from my experience, I'm not coming from a hearsay point of view. I'm coming from the experience of living and being amongst these class for whatever way, whether it's just being myself or work related or whatever the case may be. And that's what I find out. The lower class and the upper class have a higher sense of community than the middle class. And that's just my experience. I'm gonna touch another track, and this is coming from Amp Fiddler. He did this with the reggae great Sly and Robbie. Created this album in Jamaica. Inspirational vibration. I think inspirational something. I gotta find the title. But this track is called Black House with a subtitle Paint the White House Black. Interesting lyrics. So enjoy. And the album is called Information, Inspiration, Information. I keep, because it got one track called Vibration Ship. I am always saying vibration. It's Inspiration, Information. Very, very good album. Produced by Sly and Robbie. So on the topic classism, yes, people always talk about the three class of society, you know, them three classes, lower, middle, and upper class. But for me, there's another class I come to find out and realize, and like I say, I'm speaking from experiences. And I'm going to leave that other class for a little bit later on. But I'm going to touch on the upper class, so to speak. And when I say the upper class, I refer to the people who are, privileged and well off and okay in a society, whether they be, referred to as elite, the super rich, the wealthy, whatever, or can afford to live without worry. I find out they're once you get them in a realm of communication, they communicate quite well and very open, and that's what I find out. And I realize people in this stratosphere are not worried about the social circle, and that's what I come to realize. So they are I find them great levels of communicators, whether they agree or disagree, but they're open for conversation. And such, as I mentioned about the upper class, that's the same thing I find out with the lower class. They'll talk about issues and they'll agree, disagree, whether they do it from a rowdy point of view or an arrogant point of view, but they're always open for communication. And now when I touch, now remember, not saying it's everyone, but we're just speaking on a general note. Well, I'm speaking on a general note. But what I find out with the middle class, they're hard people to communicate with. And I find out it's because a level of hypocrisy that lies within this sector of class. They tend to turn a blind eye to things or pretense. Like they say, live the American dream, the American lie. You know when something is going wrong, but you pretend it's okay and it's right. I find that, lies within the middle class a lot. And that's what caused the lack of communication, I think, within that class, And whereas, like I said, the lower class, they know they got the issues and all of that, and they'll chat about it. And just like upper class, they might do it in different styles, but it's the same thing. And I find out within those classes, I communicate a lot better with people from these classes because they're open and very direct. And I'm a person like that. And that's how I communicate with people. I haven't got time to beat around the bush and that kind of thing. I love directness. And I find that heavily within the lower class and the so-called upper class, whichever they want to put it. And these people aren't worried about the social circle or status, whereas the middle class people tend to worry a lot about social circle. I take for example, I know quite a few middle class people who are sort of catching on the edge of the upper class. And they're very nasty characters, very nasty because they want to aspire to reach that, upper class status. So they're fooling themselves. And boy, when I tell you, talk about characters who are really out of characters. Yeah. And, middle class. So it's interesting, if you have had that experience, what are your views within the class system of society, because I'm just sharing my experiences. And if you ask me, at the end of the day, they're all the same. We're all the same. You know why? Because no matter what class you're in, you have your usual issues of life to deal with, And that's why I keep saying it only makes sense for us to get on as much as we can in this society. And when I say society, in this world of people, because it's people who makes up society. At the end of the day, we might have different levels of attitude and all that within the classes, but we're still the same because we have the same issues, the same problem. And of course, people are going to use other people to keep certain things in check or to climb the ladder, whichever way. But no matter what you do, you're still going to have the same issues and the same problems. So even if you shift from the lower class to middle class, you're going to still have the problem you have in the lower class. And if you shift from the middle class to the upper class, you're still going to have the same problem. And if you're in the upper class and you even shift, you're still going to have the same problem. The problems of life. that's created by people, by society. No class can escape it. So at the end of the day, we're all one. So I'm gonna move to another track. A big up to all the people in the uptown world, wherever you are in this globe and you live the uptown life. I'm gonna send this one out to you. Big up on this one. Alti and Donna, Uptown Top Ranking.
See me in my heels and ting. Them checks say we hip and ting. True them no know and ting. We have them going and ting. Now pop no style. All strictly roots. Now pop no style. All strictly roots. See me on the road and you not call out to me. Do you see me in my pants and ting? See me in my altar back. Say me give you heart attack. Give me little bass, make me wind up my waist. Uptown Top Ranking. See me in my Benz and ting. Dolly True Constant Spring. Them checks say we come from Cosmo Spring, but the true them no know and ting. Them no know say we top ranking. Uptown Top Ranking. Should I see me on the ranking dread? Check out we jamming and ting. Love is all I bring. In a my khaki suit and ting. Nah pop no style. I strictly roots. Nah pop no style. I strictly roots. Watch how we chuck it and ting. In our khaki suit and ting. Love is all I bring. In our khaki suit and ting. Now pop no style. I strictly roots. Now pop no style. I strictly roots. The loving of your heart, this a boil up for me. Do you see me in my pants and ting? See me in my altar back. Say me give you heart attack. Give me little bass, make me wind out my waist. Uptown Top Ranking. See me from the road and you not call out to me. Do you see me in my pants and ting? See me in my altar back. Say me give you heart attack. Give me little bass, make me wind up my waist. Give me little bass, make me wind up my waist. Love is all I bring. In a my khaki suit and ting. Now pop no style. I strictly roots.
Yes, sir. Nah pop no style. A strictly roots. The sound of Altia and Donna. So as I'm mentioning about classism, yeah, you know what also, I'm going to put a spin on this, not just regarding the whole aspect of life, but classism exists also in every other sub-genre of life, you know, meaning even if you're into some sort of sports or some sort of activity or, you know, even like the music world, everything, there's also classism in that, you know. Take for example, I mail around music, entertainment a lot. Woe is me, world of entertainment. And I see where there's a structural level of classism, you know, racism, but I'm not talking about the racism, I'm talking about the classism also that exists within this fraternity. And I'm going to speak on music since that's one of my forte. And I realize the same thing that I see in regular life, the three tiers of classism plus one, it exists also in the music. Because take for example, I've been around a lot of different levels as a musician, different genres, and people who are really up there, done the craft really well, work, and reach to that level. They're at a kind of secure kind of form of behavior, mentality. And even the ones who are aspiring, there's a level of, kind of going forward and humbleness and learning to, trying to share, to achieve and all of that. Whereas I find out people who kind of really want to aspire, they're at this level and trying to aspire to reach up that height. It's like they've got this mentality of grabbing and taking and trying to use, and, it's just a kind of nasty kind of attitude. And I realized that even within, like I said, the music fraternity, those level of classism, the same thing in regards to life in general, so it's very funny how things vie off, and even subgenres, subcultures, you find the same thing, so you tell me, what create these kind of, attributes to us as people? What's the reason? What's the meaning? And before I play the next track, I want to say the same weekend I mentioned about Le Mans in the beginning of this session, it was a grand weekend for me because I got to see a very, very lovely show in Malahide Castle in Dublin. And thanks to the Soul to Soul team, big up, they were the ones who, got me down for the weekend and able to see a beautiful show. Big up to, Jill, Helen and Strings. Big up to, Karen Wheel as usual. Big up to Jazzy B, everybody, the whole musicians. And, I don't even want to call the backup singers because them three ladies delivered and they brought another element to the show, which was superb, really. But before I touch on that, I want to say big up to Nile Rodgers. I got the opportunity to just have a little quick chat and, give my respects for the music he's produced over the years, written, and, just overall being involved in. So got a little chat that was good. And big up to the whole Chic, the band members, everybody. So that was a great show. Nile Rodgers and Chic, that was brilliant. Also took me back in time, gave me some classics, yeah. And shout out to Craig David too. Craigie come in, dip in and dip out quickly. Did his thing, but was well done. And some young musicians he had, but they were brilliant. The entire crew was on form. So shout out to the musicians. But I gotta say, back to Soul, one of my friends saw them in Belfast before, and I got a message left on my phone, and it's like, they were overwhelmed, just the energy, the vibes, and the, just the essence, Soul to Soul portrayed. And I experienced that same vibes, thanks I had the privilege to even be backstage and all of that, and got a chance to hang out and chat and all of that and spend some time. So it's great to catch up, and much respect. So Jazzy B, keep on doing your thing, everybody, Sister Karen Reela, big up to Jill, Ellen, just everybody keep on keeping on, keep on moving. And that's what Jazzy say, get a life. And I'm going to drop a track from Soul to Soul, Get a Life. What's the meaning? What's the meaning of life? Big up.
Now what's the meaning of the line?
Tell me.
Well, it's like dreaming of your goals, ambitions. I'm feeling free. I'm on this mission to achieve.
Achieve what?
What's in your mind's eye? This is what you believe you should gain. Satisfaction become a shining example. A test as a sample of a new race that has ample supply positivity.
You mean flow?
Well, like electricity.
So
You see a clear way with no ambiguity, don't you know?
Elevate your mind, free
you know, and implement your ideas, your notions. Put them in motion like the words we funky dreads have spoken to you. So listen up loud and clear. This is a word you must be aware of. What you gonna do, put it in your life too. Now that's the meaning of the line. Be objective, be an asset to the collective. 'Cause you know you gotta get a life.
Sound of the great Soul to Soul. Yeah. And you know, I wonder, this one goes out to you, Jazzy. The children voices that were singing, what's the meaning of life? It would be interesting to see how those children have grown and use them again to sing that chorus line in Get a Life one day in a show. So that's a little task to you. Yes. All right, that would be interesting, you know. And like I said, thanks again and much respect, and that was a grand weekend. Malahide Castle, yep, you know, keep on keeping on. And I want to say also to Helen, because I know Helen, who's on the string sections in Soul to Soul, she was a part of Reggae Philharmonic Orchestra. So in the meantime, I want to say big up to Michael Riley and the entire team. I know you did a couple of shows in Jamaica. I remember once I was going through Kingston and I saw you guys. And, you know, I said, oh, Reggae Philharmonic Orchestra, never knowing I would cross paths with you all again at some way or another, you know, one way or another. So, much respect, and keep the music flowing, no matter what. Keep it going. We need you around. We need music. All right, they said the universal language. So, on the topic, as we say, classism, 3 tiers. But there's another tier, and I'm going to touch on that, just my view. Now, this other tier, this other, you know, set of classism, I refer to it, you know, to it as the unknown class. Just like, let's say you have the lower, the middle, and the upper class. This 4th class I refer to as the unknown. And I think this class is more at an advantage than any other class. Now you follow me. The reason being that people from this class can fit in the lower class, they fit right into the middle class, and they fit right into the upper class. But not only that, they come from the lower class, they come from the middle class, and they come from the upper class, having the same attributes to life. And what I find out, this class of people really have a higher value to life in general than on a whole compared to the lower, the middle, and the upper. This unknown class, that's what I realized. Like I said, my view. And they are not lower class, they are not middle class, they are not upper class. But yet, they come from the middle class, they come from the lower class, they come from the upper class. Might sound confusing, but it's not. And what I find out is similarities, whichever they stem from, they have a really valuable view towards life. They carry a high level of respect, they are great communicators, and they do not do favors and expect back anything in return from anyone. And I find that out within all lower class, middle class, and upper class to a little bit of extent, but I find it a lot more in the middle class. And you might think I have a problem or just going on with the middle class, but it's what I found out, people. The middle class, it's like if they do a favor, it's like they're expecting back something. Now, like I said, just a general speech, not everyone, because they are really beautiful people in both, in three classes, not both, but the three classes. So, just on a general note, not everyone, all right? And this unknown class, I find out, just maneuver in life and just get on with life. They're not fussed about rising or trying to be that, they just get on and move to the next ladder they want to climb in life and do what they have to do. And I find out people, say for example, within the unknown class, deriving from an upper class, follow me, they have a sense of community and charity in a way similar to the lower class and the middle class of that unknown class. All right? There's a level of hospitality and kind of a giving vibes from this class of people where they just do what they can do, not expecting anything whatsoever, and just really get on with life and just interact with everybody. And like I said, there are people within the upper class with this mentality, the middle class, and also the lower class with this mentality. And I call them the unknown class. And they just maneuver within life and just get on doing their thing without interference or disrupting anyone. And there's a sense and a high level of community within this class, a high level. And if you ask me, I think this class of people is at a great advantage more than just the upper class, just the middle class, and just the lower class. People who just aspire on that level. This unknown class, they have the potential to maneuver and get on with life and just be at peace with self and society on a whole. So it just makes me ask, which class do you think you as a person fit in? If you feel there are levels of classism, which class do you belong to? I know exactly what class I belong to. And you know what? I belong to a class of the human race. That's my class. I don't know about you, so you tell me which class you belong to. I'm going to play our next track, and this is from Tony Allen. It's called The Same Blood.
Civilization, now we want. Discrimination, now we don't want you. Civilization, now you want.
Yeah. So like I said, people say you've got the lower class, the middle class, and the upper class of society. But there's another class I refer to as the unknown class. And I just asked the question, which class do you really belong?
Civilization.
And there are similarities amongst the classes. But at the end of the day, we really have the same problem in all the classes. Yeah. And I'm just speaking from my experiences that allows me to give me some insights to put out my views to you. Alright. So enjoy until I catch you next session 21. Yeah, stay tuned. Big up yourself, people, and enjoy. Yeah, man. Peace, love, unity. Every time.
Subscribe to Fitness Basecamp for a chance to win a trip to Jamaica. Subscribe and participate in a 10x10 challenge, which is a proven system developed by Fitness Basecamp to help you get back on track with your health and fitness. Not only that, you'll be entered for a chance to win an all-inclusive trip to Jamaica hosted by Team Fitness Basecamp in August of 2018. One lucky participant out of every 200 subscribers will be randomly chosen to come and train at our facility in Jamaica. You'll get to visit places like this, and 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 this. So what are you waiting for? Check out the details below and subscribe today. It's going to be a lot of fun.